Hello. How is everybody tonight? It is great to see everybody. Um, I'll welcome you as you're coming in, and then we'll talk together some more when we start the chat. Hi, Heidi. How are you, dear? I know we're up late, aren't we? But we've been there before. Police Wife Like, hello. I think I missed one at the top. No, Heidi was top. Okay. Shelby, hi. That Amber chick, how are you? Just a small town girl. Hello. Phyllis Elliott. Hi, Waxy. Hi. Heather McDonald. Hey, how are ya? Angel Burnett, how are you tonight? It's great to see all of you. I've been kind of excited about tonight because I had so much fun with all of you last week. I figured let's do it again. And this episode, oh my goodness, it was like juicy. I guess I'll say. Oh dear, that's how I start it, right? I'm somebody come in. Beth Perez, how are you? From Mexico, how are you? Bet your weather's better than ours. Tammy Hughes, hello. How are you tonight? Stormy, hey, how are ya? Well, before we start the Sister Wives thing, I want to share with you. Well, I'm just going to be extremely transparent about my videos and how bad I am at making them. Hi, Hood, how are you? It's just Sherry. It's so good to see all of you. Oh, Heidi, hubby went to bed. Nothing new. Mine headed that way. I'm not sure he's there yet, but I get you. So I have been helping my daughter. She's had a couple issues and she has a 2-year-old little boy. And so I have been babysitting him all day for it's like almost 2 weeks right now. And I know her schedule. I'm going to have to babysit him tomorrow and Tuesday also. But it's really important. So, yes, and I absolutely love him. I think I've shared with you all before. I have 7 grandchildren. So, but so because I've been so busy with that, literally I get home at night and my body says, sit down, take a breather, which I do. And I work on channel stuff. So I'm getting something done. So I was building a video and it's a good one, you guys. It's a good one. It's all about Duggar content from this past week. So I have to do the clips of me and then splice in the clips of what I want to show you of other people. So I got it all done yesterday. I mean, you guys, creators that make videos are, and especially the ones that are so talented. Like I mentioned her before, but T-Spiracy, she has graphics. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, I'll never get there. But anyway, so I yesterday got the video. Oh my goodness, this is great. I love it. If a video is over 15 minutes long, it just can't zip over to YouTube. It tells me, I don't know if this is true, if there's any creators in my chat right now, share with me what I have to do. So you have to save the video because it's just in iMovie. That's where I do this because it's a free app on my phone. And then send it over to, it gets saved to your photo stream, and then you can upload it over to YouTube. But not if your memory's full. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm Googling the heck out of this because I just got a new phone 6 weeks ago, something like that. And I got twice the space. There is no way I have filled that space in 6 weeks. But My phone says I did. So it won't let it go. It's the bottom. It won't let it go. So I'm like, okay, how can I get around this? Perhaps I should delete videos that I don't need anymore. So all the clips of me that I made to substantiate my video over an iMovie, I deleted. I deleted a whole bunch of stuff, thinking that will make the room. Number one, it didn't make the room. And number two, any clip you delete then comes out of the movie. It's not supported anymore. If it had gotten to YouTube, I wouldn't have had that problem. We didn't get that far. So I go to my iMovie, and I start looking, and it says clips are gone, or clips aren't supported, or something like that. So you see my video skipping along, and I'm not there. All that work. I'm like, no, we can't have that. So I went into the recovery, put all the clips back on my phone, and then they should have been at iMovie. But I did a second thing that I probably shouldn't have done. And I thought, oh, I know. I will do an update, a backup. That's backup. So I did that before I even looked at my movie again. And it only went part way. What we've discovered is, because we're having this storm or some reason, Wi-Fi is like flickering. It's on, off, on, off. So it only updated the cloud a portion. But guess which portion? My clips of me. I can see the very beginning of me now in my movie, but I can't see it won't play me. So this great video I have about the Duggars is like stuck in cyber world because it didn't get there to the cloud, or it can't come back from the cloud. Something's up. Okay, so I'm praying that I get to my daughter's house tomorrow. Was it Wi-Fi, different carrier, I believe. So maybe over there I will be able to do this. Keep your fingers crossed. It's a good video. I want you to see it. Okay, so let's talk about Sister Wives. That was my housekeeping. I hope you saw it. If you haven't seen tonight's episode, it's a good one. It makes a lot of things a lot more clear for all of us that are watching. And the first thing that I wrote down that I am curious about, the opening we used to have forever. Christine said, I didn't just want the man, I wanted the family. I think she's irritated as all get out at the man. And it's hinted at that she may leave, like go to Utah. Well, I really find that interesting because she's the one that didn't want the big house. Two of them did, and one of them, no, two of them were willing. One of them did, and one of them didn't. So she won that battle. It's not a democracy, apparently, in Sister World land. She won the battle. So 4 votes to 1, no big house. Now we're hinting at St. George, or Utah, she said, but St. George, I know, is one of the main areas they go to. She'll even go without the girls, or tough luck, girls, find whatever. She really only has Truly still at home, I believe. The two, Isabel and Gwendolyn, got an apartment, I believe. But if she's the one that wants to go to St. George, she's the only one. This time, it looks like before, we'll say in Flagstaff, and she won't win that. That's what it looks like, because we have the advantage of real time. This was filmed last spring, 2020. So Christine's still in her house. We've seen the photos on her Instagram. She's still there. And we know from the Entertainment Tonight. If you can check that out too, guys, you'll get a little more perspective. It's on YouTube, Entertainment Tonight YouTube. Click it, go to videos, and scroll down, and you're going to see where they talked about sister wives. That'll give you a little bit more understanding of what's going on. Okay, so Christine won the Battle of Big House. I don't think she's going to win the Battle of St. George. And I'm just curious what's the holdout and why. But we all talked last week about which ones we liked, which ones we didn't. I went back and counted. It was really, really close between Janelle and Christine. And I think that's because Mary has done some things that we weren't happy about. And Robin is not tonight, though. Not tonight. But she's usually the problem child. So they're going to get ready to go. And they go to Mary's house. First, guys, is that not pretty? I was like, this is a really pretty house, what we could see of it. Because Kody went in also to get Mary when they're going to get in the car. We got to see a bigger picture of Mary's house. It's really pretty. So they're going to get ready to get in one car. Kody's insistent, the one car. I understand why, and I don't blame him, but is it a democracy that they all went in one car? Because I don't think he has the right to control them. So Christine absolutely could have said, I'm not riding with you guys. You four can ride together and I'll get my own car, which didn't happen. I wonder why. It's just weird to me that she can vote no house, but can't vote an extra car. But if you watched it carefully, she was, poking. And I looked at the other ladies' faces, and every one of them didn't smile, didn't think it was funny. She would giggle, and the rest wouldn't. You know what I mean? They're like, didn't like, it wasn't funny. So why was she doing that? She kept it up quite a bit. But Kody was insistent, I'm going to win this battle. It's going to be one car. Well, and it was also going to be Christine's car. Oh, there you go. They're taking Christine's car. She can't drive herself. I just answered my own wondering. Okay, so it was funny. We have watched Kody all these years overpack, over the closet's beaming, a huge amount of clothes. He is materialistic. He likes his clothes and he likes his cars. Remember he had a little sports car for a while? Well, in my own family, I have sister-in-laws and daughter-in-laws that would tell you no minivan. That's not cool. I personally have had a minivan most of my adult life, actually. And I love them because you can put anything in there. You can take the seats out. I just love it. Well, Kody, like my sister-in-laws and my daughter-in-law, that's not cool. Minivan's not cool. So, yeah, that matches Kody's personality. When she said that, I realized. But Christine argues the flat tire because it worked yesterday. We couldn't have possibly ran over a nail and had a slow leak, but we did. So, again, she's poking. She's poking. So when they finally get in one car, which I Googled this, that's what I call it when I research. I Googled. It goes from Flagstaff to St. George, which I only guess that's where the Durgar family lives, is 4.5 hour drive. So that's a pretty significant amount of time. have to spend together, especially if you don't want to. But Janelle says on the other side that it was a good thing. They actually visited. And I wrote down, I got several notes. I wrote down Mary because in tonight's episode, Mary was awesome. Okay. You know, I've had trouble with Mary. I told you that last week. But I saw a woman that is trying. She's not being quiet because she's trying to prove a point or brooding or something. I saw her make significant points tonight that really changed my opinion. It really did. She mentioned that it'd be great. She feels Kody should have polygamous friends to hang with. She said it so lovingly and so much earnest. I was like, oh my goodness, Mary is really trying. And I know that she did a post, I don't know how long ago, I'll say 6 weeks ago, that she's not leaving. This is in real time, not on the TV show. On her real Instagram, I'm not leaving. I love this man. I'm committed to making it work. Right. I saw it. I actually saw it. I think she really does care and wants to stay. So for now, I'm going to say that's where Mary's at. I'd be interested in the comments if you guys let me know if you saw it too. But okay, so I got all these notes right. So they get over to wherever they were in Utah, and it was a different type of unit. They actually lived together, which we saw before. And there was another episode 3 years ago where they told Kody or told the group that they didn't understand why you couldn't figure it out how to share. And remember the big house, Kody said or showed us that they each got separate units. There would be one communal kitchen, one communal living type area, living room, but each one would have separate, which we haven't heard yet why Christine thinks it's a bad idea. She told us tonight she hasn't really talked to Kody about that. I'm surprised, actually, but I forgot where it's going. I'm sorry. I did forget. Okay, so anyway, in the big house idea, it was the answer for me, and several of you last week thought it was a good idea. But we know they've done nothing at Coyote Pass yet, and this is almost a year later what we're watching on the TV. So I was a realtor, and I'm very aware when you sell vacant land and you want to turn it into 4 lots or 5 lots or whatever they're thinking, it's way more than you think. You have to run the utilities from wherever they are. It could be, several hundred feet. It could be a quarter mile. It could be several miles. I don't think it is. But that should have been a consideration before they bought the land, because you have to pay to run the utilities to that area. Now, if anybody else can utilize those utilities, you recoup, but that may never happen. We don't know the situation over there. So that being said, that's what's taking so long. Even if it's going to be 4 or 5 houses, you still have to get electricity, gas. I think that's the 2 biggies. At the property. So that costs lots of money, you guys, lots and lots of money. Oh, sewer, water, you have to get that there too. Very costly, very, very costly. And Janelle said tonight that they didn't expect how much it was going to take. And so I think that's pretty honest. So they get to their friends and they see not a big house, but a shared house. What did you all think? I was like, beautiful, by the way. The kitchen was gorgeous. And I thought, I had two thoughts. I thought, if they make that work with one kitchen with 3 women, they're doing something right. And my other thought was that our girls, our sister wives that we would follow, would see that and either say, wow, that looks good, or that would be like, I could never. But remember, they were going to have their own separate. I had in my comments last week, one of you, I believe it was, wait till I see it. Where did I put it? There it is. Kaylee, I don't know if you're here tonight, but she was like one house with 4 apartments and 1 man cave. That would be the best world for the kids and everybody. And that wasn't in the house. So Kaylee kind of upped the game there a little bit. I thought that was pretty cool. So when they get there, they talk about, Kody talks about basically having a midlife crisis. Am I done having children? Is that where I am in life? Am I ready to state that? Well, as females, we decide most of the time that, but I get a man wondering, what else, what am I doing? I got my family, that's fulfilled. I'm not going to have more children. You have to face the facts, right? That's what he was doing. And I thought it was pretty darn honest of him. And he was like going off on that. Robin goes, nope, guys, ain't having it. You're not going to talk about my reproduction abilities with these people. I didn't blame her a bit. But on Entertainment tonight's interview with Kody, he says no more children and absolutely no 5th wife. Never, ever thought it isn't going to happen. So I think we can put those 2 things to rest. At least, I mean, he could change his mind, but that's where they're at right now. So I wanted to ask you guys a question and see, some of you are way too young for this, but those of you that have hit kind of midlife-ish area, yes, let's see. Are there things that you wish you could have done that you didn't get to do, or are sad that you didn't get to do? I'm going to write mine down. I have to think of it actually, but I'm going to write mine down, and I'd like to see in the feed what you think about midlife. If you haven't reached that age, just ponder it and let's see what the answers come. If there's any, I guess it would be a regret, right? You're facing midlife, and do you have a regret? Yeah, I think I have one. I think I do. Okay, so I got to write on a clean sheet of paper so you guys know what I'm saying is what I'm saying. Okay. Now mine is still possible. Maybe I should choose one that I'm not having more children, obviously. I'm in my 60s, but okay. Did anybody get an answer here? Let's see. Oh, somebody has my answer. Okay. Sarah Geneva just wanted more kids. Yep, I understand that. Okay, I don't know about these photos floating around somewhere in Reddit. It's interesting, Iris. Not sure about that. Share Truth Seeker. I could see that happening as well with the setup. Okay. Allie, travel more. I recall the details her cousin had had in a while as well. I'm not sure what we're talking about there. I've always known since very young, about 16, I would not have kids. Oh, bless your heart. I'm sorry, Erin. Oh, Heather, I gotcha. I really understand that. Oh, just a small town girl. That's pretty cool. I wish I wouldn't met my husband earlier and had another kid or two. That's pretty cool. Angel, I will be 53 on Happy birthday, Angel. Happy birthday, hon. And I want to take better care of myself. I wish I would have answered that. That's not the one I did. Oh no, Heather, no, don't be sad. This was supposed to be kind of fun. Okay, so they're talking about catfish. All right. Well, I matched Allie. I wrote, I wish I could, I regret or wish I could travel more. But see, I still could. But money, finances, all that fun stuff. I would like to see more things that I haven't seen yet. Traveling really, I enjoy that when I get a chance. So that would have been my choice. So I get Kody. I think you guys understand Kody too. Okay. We've got him at the place. Oh, I forgot an important one. I got to go back a second. Oh my God. When Christine remembers Pokin, this is when they're still back at getting in the car to go. She's like pushing for a photo stream visit, a FaceTime visit with the family they were going to go see. And Kody had the best comeback I've heard. Okay, your next time on rotation, I'll phone it in instead of come see you. What could she say to that? It was like he didn't actually say it to her. He said it when he's sitting on the couch, but I thought that was hilarious. I'm reading what Heather's telling me here. Yes, Heather and I don't see eye to eye, maybe about the Duggars, right? But I think we're friends. And what I love about this is we don't have to agree on any of it. I hope you're here to have some fun with me and talk about sister wives. But even if I don't care which one, I like Janelle. If I said I only like Janelle and somebody else says I only like Mary or whatever, it's okay. That's what's cool. And Heather and I maybe not agreeing on the Duggars. Well, that's fine. That's cool. That's what this is. We should be able to talk about it, not have disagreement. Share the Truth Seeker is responding to Iris, and you were appreciating the info. I find it crazy as well. I found Robin's comment about having to share Kody and deal with jealousy, selfish as Kody's other wives have dealt with that before Robin. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Well, thank you, Ashley. You're very kind. Yes, Heather, respectful, of course, and have fun. Can't chat much, just listening. I got a new puppy. And golly, is she a handful. Well, I put my puppy to bed for right now. I'm going to probably get him back up. It's a little early for his bedtime, but you know, what can you do? Okay, so when they, now I'm going to go back since I told you my little Christine story. I'm going to go back to when they're at the Dargers. It's so much like Duggars. Darger, I think is how you spell their name. It's just too close. I'm like, really? That makes it tricky. Anyway, when they're talking, Kody talks about, and they've all talked about, he doesn't get alone time. And I personally need alone time. My kids know that. My husband knows that. If I can have some alone time to read a book or do my nail, whatever, I am such a much happier person. And I learned that when I was early. Give me a little space. Let me be alone. Let me think about things. And I will come back and it will be much nicer for both of us or all of us. And so I understand that he may want alone time. We talked about last week, which was kind of a theme. They're all bitching at him, right? And he's like, I don't know how much more that I can take. But everyone, there's 4 wives, 4 weeks. I don't know. It sounds pretty bad. But if Joe, the man he's visiting, says his dream house includes his own bedroom. And I thought, well, I don't know if you need, maybe, just for a night alone. But real marriages, we don't do that probably unless we're mad at him. Then he can be on the couch, right? But normally you don't get alone time as far as sleeping. You might get a few hours, alone, but you don't get it the night. So anyway, I wonder if that would be something that, they should think about. And I wonder, he talks about a 5th house, like a communal house, like when the older kids come to visit, they have a place to stay. But wonder if it isn't kind of the man cave, that 5th house. Just, I think that might be the situation. So anyway, that family that they visited, definitely, when they visited them before, they understand and work it out. We know, well, we may not all know, but in their book, the sister wives wrote, Janelle and Mary, when Janelle came into the family, the kitchen was the biggest problem. Mary had the kitchen set up the way she wanted it. She had the utensils she wanted, the types of dishes, pans, whatever. So Janelle comes in, well, you need to put it where I have it, according to Mary. And Janelle was like, I don't like that. But that would be solved with the multiple kitchens. But the Durgar family, they do it. And that was pretty interesting, right? And they were for it. And even in front of Christine, who was sitting there going, this is so difficult. Oh, God, I don't want this. I think we'll see a big difference when Christine and Kody actually really talk. They portrayed it when Kody was showing the plans, the big house, that Christine didn't even look at the plans. She was, nope, it's nope, and she's not going to. And she still has that mindset in this season, but I wonder if after they talk, if she really tells him why, if he really understands. He says he's past it now. I don't think completely, but he says he is. But once they talk, I wonder if Christine and him will get better. Well, speaking of that, this last season, I got it pinpointed because that law was, they said, and it passed the Senate in Utah, the one they were talking about, the SB 102. Well, I went and looked, and it passed the Senate February, I want to say it wrong, February 18th, 2020. It ultimately goes to the House. They pass it. The governor signs it March 28th. So why I'm bringing that up is we know that it's after the Senate passed it February 18th, but before the House passed it. And I didn't write down the date when the House passed it, but let's say 2-3 weeks. So that window is when they went to visit the Dargers because they didn't know yet it passed the House. So because we know that, and we've gotten little bitty snippets of Christine and Kody going somewhere where he's got his arm around her and she's laughing, it's their wedding anniversary. So we know we're going to see that because I wrote down their wedding anniversary is March. Wait, make sure I write it down. Where's Christine? I believe it's March 26th. Too many notes. March 25th. So they're going to go on some sort of trip for her anniversary. And it's loving and kind and sweet. We see that. But we also see in clips that she's wanting to leave Kody. I wonder if that was just a fight because she's still with him. And this was late February. Just saying. So it's maybe unfair to guesstimate because we have the benefit of real time. But it made me feel a little bit better when I saw that, at least. Yeah, I got too many notes. Next time, less notes. Okay, I have another question for you. Do you think it's okay? Because they said it prevails in their culture. Do you think it's okay for your husband to marry your sister? So your sister wives to the same man. What do you think about that? I'm gonna write down. I wrote that question down, but I didn't decide an answer. So let's answer it together. I've got a caveat on this one. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay. I see I'm supposed to find yeah, that's okay. Let's see. I'm scrolling back as far as I can just to see what you're talking about. Pretty funny. Two of his wives at the same time. So there was on first. Oh, I did not remember that or know that, Debbie. Joe Dogger married two of his wives at the same time. And then several years later, he married one of the wives, Vicky, I believe's sister. So that's, yeah. So let's see what you guys think. Okay, so Stormy says, heck no. Iris wants me to repeat the question. I get that. Oh, so you didn't get my notifications? Didn't come out? Well, that sucks. Oh, small town girl, that's a hard no for me. Sarah said I would be especially jealous of my sister. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, do you think it's okay for the sisters to have the same husband? Erin's that's a good I like Erin's. She says, my sister makes a wonderful wife and a wonderful sister, but I'm not sure my sister wife. I don't have a sister. Maybe that's why I like the show. I have friends that I feel that they're my sister, but oops, so sorry. You can't bump the phone. Heidi, I would think my husband should be married to anybody else. Sister, mother, friend, nobody. So that's a no. Uh, oh, yeah. Heather, I got divorced for the same reason. Uh, so if you, is that, well, I wrote, here's my answer. Yes, but I'm on the fence. I'm like, I could write no. I think I could write, but yes, my thought was, we don't really care. Do we? I mean, maybe because you're living with him, but it's another woman regardless, and which I can't do. So my answer was, I can't do it either way. So I guess I don't care. Uh, Iris says it's a little strange. It is, isn't it? I so agree. Um, oh, are they? Buffont Fresh says or asks, aren't the Dogger sisters actually twins? I don't know. They do look a lot alike, but sisters can. So I'd be interested. I'll check in that. I'll let you know. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so I need to address something from last week. I was making fun of Robin and Mary's eyebrows. So tonight I really looked, and Janelle's, even though they're light, they're problematic also. But then in Christine's Instagram, she does shows her makeup in like fast speed, and she says in the comments or in their description that they do their own makeup for the show. There's not a makeup artist doing them, which explains why they're so funky. I don't know. I think they're pretty funky. Okay, so I'm going to get to the important part here of all my notes. Less notes, guys. Yes, less notes because it's too much to read. So the override this video or this time, what I loved about it was the degree of insight that Kody's having. He really is starting to understand that what they go through, what they have to do, maybe isn't fair. Maybe there's reasons it's not fair. Now, will that change his total mind? Like last year, he even threw out there that maybe this isn't for him anymore. But I think it is for him yet. But at least he's understanding what the women have to go through, which is huge. It's huge. I've believed all along that he loves them. All of them, I believe. And I believe Mary and Christine, even though it sometimes feels like a foot out the door, I believe they love their husband. So as long as there's love, like with Mary, the estrangement would be okay because they can work on it. I think that's what we're seeing. Mary is trying, and I think Kody, I think he cares. I believe he loves her, the in love part. And marriages do go through that. Although 5 years seems a bit drastic, but at least I see them trying. So I talked to you about the sisters thing. Robin's reproduction wasn't going to fly. Kody getting alone time. I think he should because I personally need it, but where would he get it? The only way he could get it is somebody like Mary travels. Then can he stay in the house by himself? Because he told us on Entertainment Tonight that it's COVID has played a part in who he can see because one wife, it was Christine, wasn't following the guidelines or protecting everybody. And I thought about this in my own family. I have a brother that didn't do, he lives in my town, but he didn't do any of it. He would go with no mask and all that. I did see him have a mask in the grocery store, but it's mandated. So in my own family, there was this. Imagine if you have to live with them and one of them or two of them or however many weren't abiding by the guidelines, but you may have one or two wives that are following them to the T, like me. So he would not be able to keep the rotation because then he wouldn't see anybody. And then what about his feelings about it? Perhaps he didn't want to be exposed to that level, but one of his wives or two of his wives, I'm not sure about how many. I realized Christine, she said it outright. Wow, you guys, that would be in my own. My husband and I agree. Imagine if I didn't, and he's out, and I'm thinking this. We need to be quarantined. You come back in, you quarantine for 14 days, and then I can see you. But in Kody's family, that really would suck. And I believe we're going to get to that, but it's been hinted at so far. I don't know how you do that. I really don't know how you do that. Mary talked about tonight, and I thought this was pretty interesting. She said they had a beautiful picture. It was the picture of Robin's wedding. All the kids were there and everything. And she said, we once had a cause. We had something to struggle together through, which united them. It united them. But not having that, they're losing themselves. That's what she was saying. And that was very insightful. I thought, wow. And again, my thing tonight is I saw Mary really trying. I think she's trying. She even going on the road trip. She said something to the point of, we met for lunch and we realized we're not doing our part. We need to do more. We need to spend more time together. So this car ride's a good idea. I'm like, that's coming out of Mary's mouth? Whoa. The universe is changing. I was very happy for Mary. So that, I talked to you about that. Okay, so I want to talk about what Kody has said multiple times now. We've seen clips of it at least. That he didn't handle the family correctly. What did he do wrong? What injustices did he allow that have made them not want this? We heard the story, I believe last season it was. We heard the story about Mary not wanting the people to come through her unit in Lehigh. It was basically um, like two stories with a one story in the middle, sort of like tri-level, and then a middle. Oops. Mary had the middle. And if even the children needed to go from, say, Janelle to Christine, she wouldn't let them come through her house. I think she's mellowed. I think she wouldn't do that now, but they talked about that because what if Mary got the land with the pond? She might not let the kids play in the pond, and they wanted the pond to be for everybody on Coyote Pass. So he's pondering this. He's thinking, what happened? And I hope they show us an answer because I'm curious now too. What happened to Christine? I want Christine to tell us what she hates about it, because it's not apparently not going to happen, and nothing's happened yet. So why not tell us? And then he says, maybe I'm just like every other husband. Sometimes, some days you feel like you've got a great marriage, and other days you think you don't. The only thing with that is if there's 4, it's more days that you would feel that way, right? Oh, I don't know, guys. I really loved how tonight progressed through. I think they all told the truth, and I'm anxious for next week now because where's this going to go? Like I said a little bit ago, we know because of real time, nobody's left. They're still there a year later. So tell us what's going on. It's such a long off season. So you're just left to go, huh? And then there's somebody, we won't name names, at least not tonight, that gets her narrative and her conjecture not correct. In the off season, she makes the shit up. And some people believe her version, which isn't true. But that's again another story, right? I shouldn't, I don't know. I'm just speaking my truth. Okay, let's see. Okay. It's hard. At least it hasn't jumped tonight yet. Okay, okay. Diva is having my eyebrows waxed. Makes me feel better. You are getting that treatment, Heather? That's awesome. I've never had that done. I would think it might hurt, but I'm still plucking. That's another story. Old ladies after menopause, plucking is a thing. For all you young girls, you get to look forward to that. Okay. Stormy says, don't get me wrong. I love my sisters, but I don't want to live with any of them. We all have strong personalities. Well, that would enter into it, right? As I said, I don't have a sister, but I have 2 brothers. And I couldn't live with either one of them. I couldn't. I love them, but no. We used to do that. That they do their own Heidi, that they do their own makeup doesn't surprise me at all. I've been watching Mary's for a long time. Even their daughter got on Mary's eyebrows. That's true. She's like, Mom, what's up with the eyebrows? Did any of you know who Jenna Marbles is? I loved her channel. Well, she quit due to something in her past. I guess there was some racial undertones or something years ago. She just stopped. But anyway, she did a YouTube video where she made up her mother. My daughter follows Jenna Marbles, and she's the one that got me into Jenna Marbles. And she's like, a couple weeks ago, Mom, I think we should do a Jenna Marbles. I will do your makeup, because she says I need help. And I do. I'm sure my makeup's old fashioned, but what my daughter doesn't realize, when you get older, you have to work around the wrinkles. It doesn't just smooth on like it used to, right? But Heidi's right. She used to get on her. Share Truth Seeker says, I agree with you, Heidi. I wouldn't want my husband to marry anyone else. If I were a part of a polygamous culture, it would be more difficult to have my sister married to my husband. So yeah, those of you that have sisters, it looks like that's the consensus. Heather, yeah, exactly. Love is different than in love, and it is. And I think that was the difference between Kody's version and Mary's. I believe they both still love each other. They need to work on finding the romantic part of themselves again. And I think it might be on its way. We'll see. I think it might be, though. Iris says, I think it could create potential divides in the family. What if the biological sisters have falling out disagreement over their husband? Oh, yeah. Imagine that. What if one of them divorced their polygamous husband, and yet they're going to have to go have Christmas with the wife's family, and there's the sister that divorced the husband? Well, that's wackadoodle. That's what that is. Ah. Oh, Heather says Christine was following the guidelines, and then I can get why he would not go there, because of the other children still do not like him, though sorry to say. Absolutely, Heather. You are entitled to not like Kody. Lots of people don't. Share Truth Seeker says, it's kind of cruel when Kody makes some statements about Mary and not being in love with her and wanting to be romantic with her. Now I have to remember, where did he say that tonight? Earlier today I saw the Entertainment Tonight YouTube where he talked, but then there was tonight's video. I'm not sure. But he talked about, he was really harsh with her and how awful that was. He shouldn't have done it. It was on the Entertainment Tonight, because the gal asked him if he has any regrets or anything that he remembers fondly about being on the show. And his regret was how cruel and how cold he was to Mary in front of the whole world, because nobody deserves that in front of everybody. He could not. He said, I wish we wouldn't have filmed that. There were things I needed to say, but I didn't need to say them to the whole world. Heidi. Whoa. No. She's talking to Heidi's one of my moderators, and so is Maria Rose. And she wrote to Maria Rose, wow, I was saying I'm worth the $20 a quarter hour Maxie's paying me, and I missed one. I guess I'm not worth it. So it's like an attorney. We're on the quarter hour. I love it. Iris says, or what if the husband treats the other better or worse, sticking up for your sibling, being jealous of your sibling? Yeah, either way, right? It might not go well. I don't think, Share Truth Seeker, I don't think any wife or husband signs up for no intimacy or romance at any point. My thoughts, yes. Okay. When we do that, we do sister wives a good service. When we take them relationship by relationship, we are treating them more fairly, I think, just me talking. But any husband and wife would not be signing up for no intimacy, no romance. I mean, at some age, maybe 92, I don't know what the age would be, where it would be done, probably. But not completely. Maybe some of it would be done, but there still could be intimacy. That's what it's about, right? Isn't that what we're all gunning for here? Um, just a small town girl says, I feel bad for Mary. He hasn't seemed interested for a long time. Yep, I agree. That no nightmares about your husband or your sister tonight. Yeah, that's true. We might be causing trouble here. I would wish him a KJ. Okay. Well, she kind of wants it. So, oh, you guys, but if she was on the show, no, no. But that's pretty funny. uh, KG says, Crystal Bill's video on KJ. My God, sounds like KJ stalking these profiles. I haven't seen the video. I have watched some of Crystal Bill's. I will go look so I can watch that. Oh, good night, Heather. We're soon done here anyway. I have to babysit tomorrow. I have a couple more days. My daughter needs me. Aaron says, I want to know what their parents think of their marrying both daughters. Oh, for the Dargers, you're wondering what the parents think. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great question, Aaron. There was the first skip. Doggone it there. Okay, that name is familiar. Hate to say this, but didn't KJ do a video about her when she left? Which her? Heather? I mean, Heidi? Throw that in the comment for me. Who left? The sisters would gang up against the husband. Yeah, that'd be funny. Well, good night. I'm not sure who exactly is leaving, but sweet dreams, whoever it is. Where'd that go? Kentucky Girl says, I think they're all miserable in this marriage. I don't think so, Kentucky Girl. I know why you might think that. And, you know, that's fine. You can think that, and I might think differently, but I don't think they're all miserable. I think we're seeing some of it, but Janelle's, I think, is happy. And I think Robin's happy, but it's just my thought. Yeah. Kody saying that was beginning of the show. Heidi, share, dish it out. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how to say your name, but hi. Avaloma. Avaloma. I feel like Christine is putting her own needs ahead of all the children's needs to be with their dad. Yeah, I feel that way too. It's like Christine's the naughty child in the group, and she's just in there to cause some ruckus, I guess. Oh, oh, Heidi, I see. Okay. But that's not your tea, right? Heidi, give us the tea. Hi, Drama Archives. Sweet Tea Recovery Time. How are you? Good to see you. I typically watch streams and don't comment much, but do enjoy Waxy's chats. Thank you. If I see you, I will chat. Good. Yes, you're welcome. Absolutely. This is a place I just enjoy this because I enjoy the show, and I was really excited for this, and it didn't disappoint. I think they really were pretty honest tonight. Oh, I pronounced it right. Hallelujah. Thank you. Share Truth Seeker says, I worked in dementia unit where some were over 90 and 100 years old, and they were more than a few of them still like to dance together and kiss. I think romance and intimacy is forever. Yay! I love that. That's great. That's what it should be, right? I absolutely think so. Hi, Sunshine Lindsay. How are you? Great to see you. Awesome. Okay, so I have one more question before we wrap it up, but tell me what you thought tonight about Mary. Were you pleased to see how she handled tonight? I was pleased and surprised. Sarah Geneva. I like romance and hugs, kisses, holding hands, but I can take a pass on the rest. I don't even know if it's dreams or my religion. Oh. Well, thank you. Just a small town girl. She loves the channel covering positive light and Class C chat as well. This was fun. It has been fun. But is Heather still here? I'm still waiting, Heather. Were you teasing me that there might be some tea? Okay, so Avloma, I think I did it good again. I think things are better with her and Kody, and we just aren't caught up yet. I think so too. You haven't watched yet tonight? It's a good one. It's a good one. It's good because it explores that the fear, the being in trouble, felons, explores that, and I thought that was really good to see what they all felt about that. And I remember something I want to make sure to say. Remember when I first started talking, I forgot about this part, that Christine, she won. Remember I said, it's funny, it's not a democracy. 4 people wanted, or 2 people were interested. 1 person for sure wanted, Kody wanted. So I'm going to put them on the side of Big House. But Christine said no, right? I never thought of it this way, and I haven't been a big Robin fan. But last week, when I said I thought that was selfish of her to tell the world that she didn't get to have that, and I even made fun of it, like, well, of course not. If you were a step parent coming in, you wouldn't have been there for the first whatevers. So Robin, I never thought of it this way. Robin is getting cheated. If her version would be wives helping. I don't even think, like, if she needs a doctor's appointment or whatever, I don't think the other wives watch her kids, which that wasn't true when they were in Lehigh. They had that for each other. They would help each other. So I kind of felt bad for Robin tonight. I was proud of Mary and felt bad for Robin. Just saying. Just saying. Yep. That's what I think I've covered every single thing I wanted to tell you or talk about with you. Yeah, I wrote down here, I owe Robin an apology from last week. Robin, if you see this show, highly doubtful, right? Okay, so let's see what else you got to say, and then we will have to say night, but if you enjoy this, I think I will try to do it after the show next week as well, because I'm enjoying it. Erin says, I can't answer because I didn't watch it yet, but from this chat, it sounds like she was very mature. I like the way you phrase that. She was very mature. Exactly. Hermie's mom says Mary is always graceful. Well, see, this week remember I said it changes who's the favorite? Janelle's still probably my favorite, but Mary moved up for me this week. Kentucky Girl says, I think Mary is only doing the show because it is her only like left to Kody and the family. I feel so sorry for her. Let's not discount. I agree with you, but let's not discount. Really jumped this time. Stuck on it. Where did she go? There she is. Okay. Let's not discount the religious part of this. And I'm not necessarily talking about the celestial heaven thing. I think Mary made a commitment and she's not going to disavow that. So I still agree with your comment, Kentucky Girl, but I think poor Mary is a loyal, honest person, and so she's going to try to make the best of it. That's my best guess. Iris says it's strange knowing the seasons are 1 to 2 years behind. Well, this particular one absolutely was shot between February 18th and March. Well, it's signed by the governor 26th, so let's say March 20th. So for roughly a month, that's when this one was shot. And I think they'll go in order because Christine's anniversary is March 26th. Wait, that was the day the governor signed it, March 25th. So we're going to see that. So if they're going to go from week to week to week, then I think we're going to see last spring. So a year ago. Long way around to say that. Sorry. Seeing photos, rumors circulated, Mary talking to another man. Of course, don't know the nature of the relationship, but is that current, Iris? Because we all know Mary did get caught up in a catfish. It ended up being a woman, but she thought she was talking to a man, and that's like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. No, she did not. Heidi. Well, she kept using their stuff. Oh, so we finally, Heidi's sharing our tea for tonight. Guess who got banned from Duggar Snark on Reddit? Yay! Yay! Oh, if I ran that Reddit, that would happen too. So, for those of you that don't know, I don't think there's anybody here tonight that doesn't know what we're talking about. The initials are KJP. Just saying. Um, so, was Heidi teasing? Because I'm getting, small town girl says, Heidi, do we get to sip of tea? And then Aaron says, pick me, pick me. I think I know the answer. Ah. Oh, well, thank you. Chartreuse Seeker, you're doing a gratitude list. I love that. I love that. Um, I might do a stream on that. I have one too, and I am a big proponent of watching and looking for your things to be grateful for. Thank you for putting me on it. I feel I'm humbled by that. I appreciate it too. Good to see you. I only saw the last of this, but I agree with what you said. Awesome. No, Iris, I think I did. Because they talked about that. They talked about that bill. What was it? It was 102. SB 102. SOB. No, just SB 102 in Utah. They told us that it had passed the Senate of Utah. So I just Googled it. It was like the third one down. It was Utah bills tracking or something. And I put in the 102. So it showed me the dates. It went from the Senate to the House and then to the governor. So I know for 100% sure the window is between February 18th and the House. I'm thinking it was like March, late March, mid March, maybe March 20th, that the House of Representatives of Utah passed the bill. They hadn't yet. They talked about it. So I know that's the window. And so maybe I leaked it because I looked up the law. I don't know. Mary tweets between the wives and Kody are more playful and relaxed. She was joshing with Kody tonight about how many puppets. Yes. It was great, wasn't it? I mean, this is surprising. Last week, I wouldn't have said I could be thinking differently about Mary. It really surprised me. She, uh, Aaron though Kelly says Heidi Blake. She basically streaks their content and passes off her own. I don't blame them. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. A lot of that. Wait. 100%. How many 100%? Oh, well, yes, I agree with that, Aaron. They need to put the brakes on her. But, I started my channel because I wasn't going to let her lie on people. I was so sick of the lies. I found out, well, I've struggled, like I told you what happened to my video yesterday. I've struggled because I can't afford more equipment yet. So it's the phone. And so I'm not getting the videos out as fast or as much as I had wanted to. Plus, I've had some issues with my family. But it doesn't, I would have to be probably huge for it to make a difference to stop her lying. She's not going to stop lying because little old me is busting her lies out. That's not going to work. I need to be huge. Oh, that's so true. Oh my gosh, you guys are so you get her really well. Um, no secrets here. I pretty good job, Heidi. Um, thank you, Kentucky girl. Thank you. I've had people come into my um, oh, she's up to 137. She got another 1,000. Wow. Well, um, I've had people come into my stream or email me uh, being rude uh, because it's so much of her. But, you know, I can't, that's what I'm here for. What am I supposed to say? I guess I wouldn't have a channel if she would stop lying. It's kind of like she says she's got plenty of Duggar content because there's so many. Um, there's so much of KJ. I started my channel before I knew about a lawsuit, like a month before. So I didn't know that was going to come. Uh, oh my gosh, I didn't. Heidi, I was busy doing other things and you didn't see that I sent it to you 4 times. Well, please keep sending to me. Literally, I have been focused elsewhere because of family. And yeah. Um, the KJ thanked the people for enjoying her content. Dubots enjoy content. Oh my God. She's been just brutal with lies and lies and lies and lies. Oh, I can't take it. Well, um, next week, I think it's basically uh, going to be maybe about COVID or yeah, I think there's going to be COVID and more of the same. I think there's going to be some Mary stuff some more. And I hope she stays, whatever mood made her be who she was tonight. I loved it. Um, I get it. I get it, you guys. Oh, well, I guess I'll say thank you for coming tonight. If you've enjoyed, oh, wait, there's another comment. After a few months, KJ was driving me nuts, and I thought she was so rude. But stupid people be and still watch. I never knew of this community. If I would have known, I would have come over sooner. Yeah, Aaron, I get that. Um, I don't know if you've heard my story, but I never subbed to her. But it was off season of the Duggars, and I Googled the Duggars, and she came up. That's how I found her. But I knew the very first video I saw, she was lying about the Duggars. I was like, that's not true. And then I thought, well, I'll be nice and I will let her know. My comment was took off the channel. So I kept trying and I even really tried. I mean, like, wrote a book telling her why she shouldn't do it and what really is the truth. And don't you want to tell the truth to your audience? I was so naive. So it didn't work. And I went many months having it just brewing me until I decided to make the channel. But there's so many. And I think everybody is grateful when you don't stay there and you finally see it. It is really hard. Like, the Jessa, in my video yesterday, Jessa and Ben at the beach, which I really hope my stuff comes out of the cloud and gets put back in the video wherever it's floating around. There were people in her comments that were just agreeing with her completely and saying more stuff mean. I couldn't believe it. It's like you have really drank the Kool-Aid. And you think, what's the matter? Why would you? And then you think, well, there's different people, all kinds of different people. Perhaps she found a niche of people that are hateful, mean, cruel, and that's her group. That's her tribe. But 137,000 people that are mean in that particular video, there was more, way more of her subs calling her out that she reached and went too far and she was being a bully. It was real. I have some of them in that video that's halfway in the cloud. Anyway, yeah, it's hard. Small town girl said that's how she found her too. Only Googling sister wives doesn't take long to realize she isn't a nice person. Nice to find positive communities. Well, that's what we're going to stay to. Maybe Tati will get her channel. Well, the jury's out where that's going to go. I think she's going to run out of money before she gets to that part of the trial, which is still a win for Tati if she, loses her life savings over this. Something needs to stop her. But which is really concerning is the lawsuit's happening now, and she's getting all the things thrown at her that her and her attorney aren't doing right, and it's not stopping her. She's not changed one iota. And you think she's vulnerable right now for several copyright strikes, and if they so choose to do it, we can't have but three, and you're out. I think she's vulnerable right now for like 10, but some big shots have to call her on it. I don't know. It's hard to watch. It's real hard to watch. Yeah, Iris, I agree completely. Yeah, the rabbit hole it's deep. I agree. I remember her only saying her sister wives videos do so well because no one else. She said that? Well, there's a new girl in town, and I know them. I have clippings put together. The video isn't made yet, but a year ago, she didn't know them from a hole in the ground. Even though she covered some of that season last year, started like 6 weeks earlier than we are having it now. She didn't know crap. She had cliff notes and she didn't know what she was talking about at all. And there's places where she admitted she doesn't know what she was talking about, but yet she comes out and pretends, I've been watching forever. I love this. And then there's a video to contradict that. Yeah. She's a piece of work. So Chartruth Seeker says she's watched her hurt and ruin people since the summer of 19. You're way longer here than me. I'll have to read about the travel hookup, Aaron. Not sure what that is. You must have said something earlier and I missed it. But I get to see my comments after we're done. Yeah, there's plenty out there, Iris, to get the gist of it rather than give her the view. Yeah, I think a lot of people are doing that. Yeah, Iris, the stream with Susan I talked to Susan yesterday. Well, we DM'd. I didn't talk to her. And she's doing good. She had a maintenance treatment because, you know, she's been suffering too from some cancer. And I mean, it just gets harder and harder to see her. She hurt her about her daughter, and then to know she's battling cancer too. It's like, wow, right? So you've been catching up, Iris. It looks like you've been catching up a lot. That's awesome. Yeah. And that's what's weird. I mean, there's plenty out there now that any of her subs could possibly see it. So I don't know why they don't and don't say, you know, um, I don't like this. I don't like this. Ah, Iris says she's not a good mother, in my opinion. Yeah, that was part of the video that I have caught because people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And she mommy shamed Jessa to oh, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Were you in the chat that day, Shara Truth Seeker? Did you see that they, Susan, and the other people were thrown to the wolves? Yeah. So anyway, thank you for coming tonight. I really enjoy visiting with you. It's funny. I don't know. You all see my face, but um, you know, I see a name, but you do start to see the personalities, which is really fun. So it's like I'm starting to get to know everybody, and I really enjoy it. And I like all of you. So this is a good community. So that being said, barring something, I don't know what it would be, I'm planning to do next Sunday right after the show. So hopefully you'll join me. If I get a chance, I'm sure Monday and Tuesday I have to babysit my grandson, and I'm not worth much in the evening. But I will probably be back in midweek here to do some live about something. So anyway, thank you so much for coming. It was really fun. Hopefully you can come next week. Bye, guys.